Get Trashed is a small voluntary organisation. We're not official, we're just a group. What we do is we plan to create awareness around people about litter, and we started doing it with just marine litter, but now that the winter's kicked in, we started doing it on land and hope to educate more younger people and different sectors of society as we go along. Get Trashed was formed as after I went travelling the world. I discovered a passion for wildlife. Since then I went to university and studied animal sciences, and within the process of doing this I saw a lot of wildlife getting hurt by actual human trash. They started getting trapped, there was fishing equipment that trapped turtles, there were turtles eating plastic, so I felt the need that I needed to create a change within society to stop littering incorrectly and start recycling, and it all goes together, so we set that up. We're educating people, so we plan to meet more schools and young people and work in society. We plan to educate about the whole process of plastics because we feel that people aren't as aware as they should. Okay, so the waste situation and the litter situation, which is what we can see around us in nature, are two different things. As far as the waste situation, we consider ourselves as pretty bad because in Malta we only recycle 8% of our waste and 4% is composted, and when we compare it to different countries this is not enough. And also, as far as litter comes into it, which is where we focus most of our work to create awareness, we see a lot of it. We're a small island, it can be very windy, and our waste system doesn't allow for any containment of the rubbish itself, so we do get a lot of litter accidentally flying away into the valleys, and then it ends up into our seas, creating this big issue that we have. Well, when we think of ideas in a place like Malta, we must be very innovative because of our size and limitations. At the moment we're using landfills which are limited, so the idea is to use techniques from policy down rather than from our ideas of recycling, our ideas of separating trash. They're all good ideas, but the idea is that we stop producing the one-use plastics and that we start utilising the plastic that we have to create energy, to recycle it, reuse it, upcycle it, and so on. The first thing, they should recycle more. We have countries like Germany recycling 64% and taxing the producers of plastic for creating one-use plastic. So the producers are thinking of innovative ways of reducing the amount of packaging. Say for instance the fruit and veg trade has become a big contributor to one-use plastic rather than having the traditional reusable crates that we can weigh our fruit and veg and take home in reusable bags. We've got other countries like Austria. They're using fungal degradation of plastics, of PET plastics, which has proved to be quite a successful way of tackling the issue. Furthermore, we can look at incineration of plastics, where we are creating energy in the most efficient and clean way we can incinerate, which is bringing back a revenue to our waste issue. I think the reason they haven't done it so far is that we don't produce enough waste as a small island. However, there is opportunity where we can import waste from different countries, so we're effectively buying energy for our country, which I think is the way forward when we compare ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about the fungal degradation. Belgium have applications that producers of plastic and big companies use, where they enter the specifications of their products and it gives them ways of reducing their environmental impact. So there's stuff like that, and there's plastic taxes, and there's also return of cash on deposit of plastics from the consumers themselves. So they're tackling it in both ways and meeting somewhere in the middle to find the solution. So these are things that Malta is not actively yet doing, but they're planning to do in the future, because ultimately when our landfills are exhausted, which is in the very, very near future, within the next year or so, then we must make the changes, or else we need to spend a lot of money to export our waste from Malta to a different country. We have to change the way Malta does our waste management, because we are running out of landfill, which is the way we are tackling our waste at the moment. With a very small amount being recycled, of course, when we run out of the landfill space, we must think of incineration and different ways of recycling. To help waste management as the situation is at the moment, it's just about the consumer themselves, it's just about choices we make on a daily basis. So if we look at the cosmetics we're using, we can choose to use cosmetics that have no microbeads in them. If we're looking at the clothes we wear, we can use clothing that has not got plastics embedded in them, so we're not contributing to the microplastic situation in our water systems. We can use reusable bags, reusable bottles for our water on a daily basis, and we can make the right choices when we're shopping in supermarkets. For instance, we can buy products that are packaged in a sustainable material that can be easily disposed of and recycled or degraded.